Today, we're going to explore an important part of our lives, the idea of making choices. It might seem like a simple concept, but it actually involves the deep and complex nature of our lives. Think about every moment and every breath you take. With each one, you are faced with many different options and paths you can take. Every decision, no matter how small, shapes the course of your life. From deciding what to eat for breakfast to making big, life-changing decisions like where to live or what career to pursue, choices are everywhere. This audiobook aims to help you understand that you have the power to choose in every situation. It encourages you to recognize the options available to you and to make decisions that align with your true desires and values. By being aware of your choices, you can navigate the complexities of life more confidently and deliberately. So let's dive into this journey of understanding and embracing the power of choice and see how it can profoundly impact the way you live your life. Every path we take is a result of a choice. Many times we find ourselves saying, "I had no choice." Just recently, a friend of mine said, "I had no choice in the matter." But let's think about this. Is there really ever a time when we have no choice at all? Even in the toughest situations, a choice still exists. It might be a choice between doing something or doing nothing, between speaking up or staying silent. Sometimes the choices are hard, and the options might not be pleasant, but they are still choices. Saying we have no choice might be a way to avoid facing our responsibilities, making it easier to believe that things just happen to us without our control. When we say we have no choice, we might be trying to escape the burden of responsibility. It's like seeking comfort in the idea that we aren't in control and therefore we can't be blamed for what happens. But in reality, we always have choices, even if they are difficult or undesirable. Understanding this can help us take more responsibility for our actions and the directions our lives take. So, let's think carefully about our choices and recognize that even in the hardest situations, we still have the power to choose. This understanding can help us navigate our lives with more intention and purpose. I remember a mentor who had a significant impact on my life. I approached him for guidance, and he eventually agreed to sit down with me and teach me about creating my own reality. The very first thing he told me was that you always have a choice. At first, this idea seemed straightforward and simple to me. However, as he continued to explain, I began to understand that it's a much more complex and challenging concept than I initially thought. The idea that we always have a choice in everything we want in our lives is not easy to grasp. My mentor emphasized that no matter what the situation is, we always have options. This realization can be overwhelming because it means we have to take responsibility for our decisions and actions. It's not just about the big, life-changing decisions, but also the small, everyday choices we make. He taught me that accepting this concept means recognizing the power we have over our lives. It's a powerful yet daunting realization because it requires us to be mindful and deliberate about our choices. We can't just go through life passively, blaming circumstances or other people for where we end up. Instead, we have to acknowledge that we are constantly making choices that shape our reality. This understanding has stayed with me and has changed the way I approach life. Now, I try to be more aware of the choices I make every day, knowing that they all contribute to creating the life I want. The lesson my mentor taught me, that we always have a choice, has become a guiding principle for me, reminding me of the power and responsibility I hold over my own life. Choosing is not just a simple action, it is a dance of possibilities. When we make a choice, we open up a world of different outcomes, like a beautiful symphony playing in our minds. Every decision we make and every path we take is a chance to shape our future and develop our character. When you make a choice, you are doing more than just picking an option. You are showing what you value, what you believe in, and what you desire. Choosing is a way of expressing who you are and making a statement about your existence. Think of every decision as an opportunity to mold your destiny. Each choice reflects your individuality and helps define who you are. Whether the decision is big or small, it is an important part of your personal journey. By being mindful of the choices you make, you can actively shape the life you want to live. Choosing is powerful because it shows that you are in control of your life. It means you are taking responsibility for your actions and their outcomes. So every time you face a choice, remember that it is an opportunity to affirm your values and desires, and to express your unique self. In this way, making choices becomes more than just a routine part of life. It becomes a meaningful dance of possibilities, a way to create the future you envision, and to celebrate your individuality. In today's world, we are surrounded by choices, from the clothes we wear to the careers we choose. With so many options available, it can sometimes feel overwhelming. Instead of feeling free, we might feel trapped by indecision, afraid of making the wrong choice or feeling regret. This abundance of choices can be paralyzing because we worry about the consequences of our decisions. However, I am encouraging you to embrace this situation instead of avoiding it. In this paradox of too many choices, you can find true freedom. Making a choice, even when it feels difficult, is a way to celebrate your freedom. The ability to choose is a powerful thing. It means you have control over your life and can shape it according to your desires and values. When faced with many options, remember that the act of choosing itself is what makes you free. It's okay to feel uncertain or fearful, but don't let that stop you from making decisions. Every choice you make is an opportunity to express your individuality and take charge of your life. So instead of being overwhelmed by the abundance of choices, see it as a chance to exercise your freedom. Embrace the process of choosing, knowing that it is a vital part of living a fulfilling life. By making decisions, you are actively participating in creating your own destiny and celebrating the freedom that comes with it. Making choices is not just about thinking logically. It's a mix of using both your mind and your heart, combining reason with intuition. To make good choices, you need to listen to your inner voice, the one that speaks softly beneath the noise of what society expects from you. Every choice you make has the potential to teach you something and help you grow. Even when you make what seems like a mistake, it isn't really a wrong step. Instead, it's an important part of your life's journey, a chapter in your story. When you make a choice, it's like throwing a stone into a pond. The ripples spread out, affecting not just your life, but also the lives of people around you, and sometimes even the larger world. Your decisions have far-reaching impacts. Understanding this can help you approach decision-making with more care and thought. Realize that every choice, big or small, matters. It shapes who you are and influences your environment. By balancing your thoughts and feelings, and by listening to your true self, you can make choices that lead to a richer, more meaningful life. When we have choices, we also have the responsibility to think about what might happen because of them. This means considering not just how our choices affect us, but also how they affect everyone else. We are all connected, like threads in a large and complex web of life, so our decisions can have far-reaching effects. The choices we make shape who we are. They are like the brushstrokes in a painting or the notes in a song that together create the picture of our lives. It's important to welcome the ability to choose, not with fear, but with bravery, thoughtfulness, and happiness. Every choice we make has the power to change things. It can bring new understanding and help us find out more about ourselves and what we can become. There was a time in my life when everything felt out of control. I felt like a leaf caught in a powerful wind, being thrown around by things happening around me, by what other people wanted from me, and by the constant craziness of life. I felt like I couldn't make any decisions for myself. This was during a particularly tough time, a cold and dreary winter in Colorado. The grey skies and bleak weather matched how I felt inside, confused, lost and struggling. But then something changed. I stumbled upon a simple yet powerful idea. No matter how tough things get, You always have a choice. This realization didn't come easily. I had been feeling like a victim of my circumstances, believing that I was stuck and had no control over my life. The winter in Colorado was harsh, and it seemed to drag on forever, just like my inner turmoil. Every day felt like a battle, and I often felt overwhelmed and powerless. Then one day, as I was reflecting on my life, it hit me. I realized that even when things seem impossible, there are still choices to be made. This truth was like a light breaking through the grey clouds of my winter. It showed me that I wasn't as helpless as I had thought. I understood that I had the power to make decisions, even small ones, that could change my situation. Recognizing that I had choices gave me a new perspective. I started to see opportunities where I once saw obstacles. Instead of feeling like a leaf being tossed around by the wind, I began to feel more like a tree, with roots that could hold me steady even in the strongest storms. This simple truth, that you always have a choice, helped me start to take control of my life. It encouraged me to make decisions that were right for me, rather than just going along with what others expected. It was a turning point that brought me from a place of chaos and confusion to a place of empowerment and clarity. I remember that day very clearly. I was walking through the park, deep in thought. The cold winter air was sharp against my cheeks. The path I was on was one I had walked many times before, but on this particular day, it felt different. I was struggling with a big decision about my career. I was stuck between staying in my safe current job and taking a risk to follow my true passion. As I walked, I noticed a small bird jumping from branch to branch in a bare tree. The tree looked lifeless without the green leaves of spring or the bright colours of autumn, but the bird didn't seem to mind. It moved with a clear sense of purpose and confidence, as if it knew exactly where it needed to go. Seeing this bird made me think. Despite the tree looking so empty and bleak, the bird was focused and sure of its actions. It didn't hesitate or seem worried about the lack of leaves or the cold weather. It simply knew where it needed to go and what it needed to do. I realized that I was like that bird, facing a seemingly bare and uncertain future. Just like the bird didn't let the bare branches stop it from moving forward, I shouldn't let my fears of uncertainty hold me back from following my passion. The bird's purpose and certainty inspired me to trust my own instincts and take the leap towards what I truly wanted. That simple scene in the park, with the bird in the lifeless tree, gave me a new perspective. It helped me see that even when things look bleak, there can still be a clear path forward if you trust yourself and move with purpose. The decision about my career didn't seem as daunting anymore. I felt more confident about following my passion, knowing that, like the bird, I could find my way even in uncertain times. In that moment, as I watched the tiny bird, I suddenly had a big realization. The bird had a choice. It could fly to any branch or any tree, but it chose its path carefully. I realized that I wasn't like a leaf being blown around by the wind. Instead, I was like the bird. I had choices. I had control over my life. This realization was both freeing and a bit scary. It meant I couldn't blame my situation on other people or on things that happened to me. The power to decide my path was mine. It was in the choices I made every day. Before, I often felt like things were just happening to me, like I was just drifting along without any control. But watching the bird, I saw that even in a bare, cold tree, it moved with intention. It knew where it wanted to go. This showed me that I could also make deliberate choices about my life. Understanding that I had this power was liberating. It meant I could take charge and make decisions that would lead me toward my goals and dreams. But it was also daunting because it meant I had to take responsibility for where I ended up. I could no longer just go with the flow and blame circumstances for my situation. This epiphany changed how I saw my life. I started thinking more about the decisions I made each day. I realized that each choice, no matter how small, was a step toward my future. I began to feel more empowered and more confident in taking charge of my own destiny. Watching that little bird, I learned a big lesson. I wasn't helpless or at the mercy of life's winds. I had the power to choose my path, to make decisions that would shape my future. This realization gave me the courage to take control and make the most of the opportunities in front of me. With this new understanding, I started to notice choices in every part of my life. I could decide how to respond to problems, how to use my time, and who I spent time with. Every decision, no matter how small, became a step toward building the life I wanted. Feeling empowered by this insight, I decided to follow my passion. This wasn't an easy choice. It meant leaving behind the security of a regular paycheck and facing the unknown of a different path. It also meant dealing with the fear of failing. But realizing that I had the power to choose gave me strength. I chose to believe in myself and to focus on the possibilities of what could happen instead of being held back by the fear of what might go wrong. This mindset helped me take that leap of faith and pursue my dreams. Before, I often felt stuck, like my life was being controlled by outside forces. But now, I understood that I had the ability to shape my own destiny. I realized that every moment was an opportunity to make a choice that could bring me closer to my goals. Choosing to follow my passion wasn't just about changing careers. It was about changing my entire approach to life. I learned to face challenges with a positive attitude, to use my time wisely, and to surround myself with supportive and inspiring people. Each of these choices brought me closer to the life I wanted to live. Even though the path I chose was uncertain and sometimes scary, the power of making my own choices gave me the courage to keep going. I learned to trust myself and to embrace the potential for growth and success. This new perspective helped me move forward with confidence and joy, knowing that I had the ability to create the life I dreamed of. This choice took me on a journey full of both challenges and successes, with moments of difficulty and times of achievement. Every step along the way, I held on to the idea that you always have a choice. This mantra became my guiding light, reminding me that I was in control of my story and my future. Now, as I sit here years later, I look back on a life that has been enriched by the experiences that came from the choices I made. I want to share this truth with you. In every moment and in every situation, you always have a choice. Your choices define your journey. They shape your story. So choose wisely, choose boldly, and choose with your heart. The power to choose is the greatest power you have. It allows you to create the life you want, to overcome obstacles, and to achieve your dreams. Reflecting on my own journey, I see how each choice I made led me to where I am today. The path wasn't always easy. There were times when I faced setbacks and felt uncertain. But I kept reminding myself that I had the power to choose how to respond to these challenges. This empowered me to keep moving forward, even when things were tough. Choosing to follow my passion brought many rewards. It also brought new challenges, but each one taught me valuable lessons. I learned to be resilient, to trust myself, and to keep striving for what I believed in. Every decision, big or small, was a step toward creating a fulfilling and meaningful life. So remember that your choices matter. They are the building blocks of your life. When you face a decision, take a moment to consider your options. Think about what you truly want and what will bring you closer to your goals. Choose with courage and confidence, knowing that you have the power to shape your own destiny. In the end, the power of choice is what allows you to live authentically and purposefully. Embrace this power and use it to create a life that reflects who you are and what you aspire to be. When I hear people say, "I have no choice," it really bothers me. This idea is like a myth that sneaks into our lives, telling us that our futures are already decided, that we can't change our situations, and that we don't have many options. It's like standing on the shore of a huge ocean, feeling the strong waves and thinking we can't control where we go. We feel like leaves being blown around by the autumn wind without any control or direction. This myth makes us believe that we are helpless, that we can't make our own decisions. It convinces us that our circumstances are too powerful and that we are stuck in one place. But this isn't true. We always have choices, even if they are difficult to see or make. Imagine being on the edge of that vast ocean. At first, it seems impossible to navigate through the powerful waves. The water looks so strong and overwhelming, and it feels like we have no way to steer our own course. But just like a skilled sailor learns to read the waves and winds, we can learn to navigate through life's challenges by making choices. Even when the situation feels out of our control, we can choose how we respond. We can decide to stay positive, to look for solutions, and to take small steps forward. These choices, though they might seem small, can help us find our way through even the toughest circumstances. Thinking we have no choice makes us feel powerless, like we are just drifting without any control. But recognizing that we always have choices, no matter how small, can give us the power to change our lives. It helps us see that we are not just being tossed around by the wind, but that we can set our own direction. We need to reject the myth that we have no choice. Instead, we should embrace the reality that we do have the power to make decisions and shape our own paths. By doing this, we can take control of our lives, no matter how overwhelming things might seem. Are you dealing with something in your life where you feel like you don't have many options? I want you to stop for a moment and think, is it really true that you have no choice? Or is this just an illusion that changes how you see things? The truth, often hidden under layers of fear, what society expects, and our own limitations, is that we are always surrounded by choices. They are everywhere, like the air we breathe and the steps we take. Take a moment to reflect. Sometimes it feels like we have no choice because we are scared or because we think we have to follow what everyone else is doing. We might also set limits on ourselves, thinking we can't do something when, in fact, we can. These feelings and thoughts can make it seem like we are stuck, but they aren't the reality. In reality, we have choices all around us. We can choose how to react to a situation, what steps to take next, and what decisions to make. Even when things seem tough and options seem limited, there are still choices we can make. It's like standing in front of a mirage in the desert. It looks like there's no water, but in reality, you might just need to look a little harder to find it. Imagine every decision you make as a step on a path. Each step you take is a choice, whether it's a small step or a big leap. These choices are what shape our journey and lead us to where we want to go. So next time you feel like you have no choice, take a deep breath and remember that choices are always there, even if they are hidden at first. Look beyond the fears and the expectations of others. Peel back the layers of self-imposed limits. You will find that you have the power to choose, and that these choices can lead you to a better place. By understanding that you always have a choice, you can start to see the possibilities in front of you. You can take control of your life and make decisions that align with your true desires and goals. This mindset can help you move forward with confidence and hope, knowing that you have the ability to shape your own future. To break this myth, we need to understand where it comes from. Often it starts with fear of the unknown, fear of failing, and fear of leaving our comfort zone. Sometimes it's easier to believe we have no choice because it takes away the responsibility for our lives. But here's the empowering truth. Recognizing that we have choices, even in the toughest situations, shows our strength and our freedom. Fear can be a powerful feeling. It can make us think that stepping into the unknown is too risky or that trying something new will end in failure. This fear can hold us back and make us believe that staying in our comfort zone is the safest option. When we are afraid, it can seem easier to say, "I have no choice," because it feels safer than taking a risk. But thinking we have no choice is not the reality. It is just a way to avoid responsibility. When we say we have no choice, we are letting go of our power to make decisions and shape our own lives. We are giving in to the fear instead of facing it. Now, let's look at the truth. Acknowledging that we have choices, even when things look bleak, is a sign of our inner strength. It means we are brave enough to see the possibilities and take control of our lives. It shows that we have the freedom to decide our own path, even when it feels difficult. Imagine being in a tough situation. It might feel like there are no good options and that you are stuck. But if you take a moment to really think about it, you will often find that there are choices available. They might not be easy or obvious, but they are there. Recognizing these choices gives you power. It means you can take action and make decisions that move you forward. By understanding that fear often creates the illusion of no choice, we can start to see beyond it. We can recognize that we do have control over our lives. This doesn't mean the choices will always be easy or that we won't face challenges, but it does mean that we are not helpless. Embracing the idea that we always have choices is empowering. It means we are taking responsibility for our lives and our happiness. We are acknowledging that no matter how difficult things might be, we have the power to make decisions and change our situation. Imagine for a moment the greatest challenges you have faced. During those times, it might have seemed like you had no choice at all. But even in the hardest moments, there were still choices. You could choose your attitude, decide where to focus your energy, pick whom to ask for support, or simply choose to keep going, one small step at a time. It's not just the big decisions that shape our future. The small, everyday choices matter too. These little choices add up and create the foundation of our lives. For example, choosing to wake up early, to express gratitude, to learn something new, or to smile at a stranger. These simple actions can have a big impact over time. Think about waking up early. This small choice can give you more time to do things you enjoy or to get important tasks done. Expressing gratitude can make you feel happier and more positive. Learning something new every day can help you grow and improve. Smiling at a stranger can brighten both your day and theirs. Each of these small choices may seem unimportant on their own, but together they steer the course of your life in meaningful ways. They shape your daily experiences and build the path to your future. So even in tough times, remember that you always have choices. They might be small, but they are powerful. Every day you have the opportunity to make decisions that will guide you toward the life you want. By paying attention to these small choices and making them with intention, you can create a strong and positive foundation for your future. Let us carry the awareness that choice is not a privilege, but a constant companion. In recognizing and embracing our power to choose, we awaken to a life of conscious action. Imagine a life where we actively shape our future instead of just watching it unfold. Always remember that in every moment and with every breath you take, you have the power to make a decision. It's important to make these decisions with wisdom, courage, and a full heart. Every decision, no matter how tiny it seems, starts a series of events. These events spread out like ripples on water, and they influence our health, our relationships, our jobs, and everything about our lives. Think of yourself as a small stone thrown into a pond. The waves you create extend far beyond what you can immediately see. Think about the story of a young woman who decided to follow her dream of starting her own business, even though it was risky and uncertain. Her decision brought her personal happiness and success. But it didn't stop there. Her new business created jobs for others, inspired many people, and helped the economy grow. Her one decision had a ripple effect, reaching people she didn't even know. Now, imagine someone choosing to live a healthier lifestyle. This choice could lead to better health, a longer life, and lower healthcare costs. Not just for the person, but for everyone around them. When one person decides to be healthy, it can inspire their family, friends, and even their community. Over time, this can lead to a society that is healthier and more vibrant. Our choices also affect how we treat the environment. When we decide to reduce waste, reuse items, and recycle, we help make the earth healthier. These actions might seem small when we do them one by one, but together, they can fight climate change, save natural resources, and protect our planet for the people who will live here after us. The results of our choices act like mirrors, showing us the impact of what we've done. They teach us lessons, shape who we are, and sometimes challenge us to do better. It's important to see that the results of our choices are not punishments. They are feedback that helps us learn and make smarter choices in the future. As we move through our lives, let's do so with purpose and thoughtfulness. We should be aware of how our choices can affect not just us, but also the world around us. Every decision we make is like a thread woven into the fabric of our shared life. The ability to choose is one of the most powerful tools we have. Each choice gives us the chance to make positive changes, shape our future, and help make the world a better place. Let's make our choices carefully, with awareness and kindness, understanding that what we decide can have a deep impact on ourselves, other people, and the planet. By choosing wisely, we can create a brighter future for everyone. If we understand the idea that we are creating our own reality, then the power of choice becomes even more important. We need to recognize the incredible power of choice that we have within us. This power is often ignored, but its impact is huge. At the core of our lives is our imagination, a powerful force that goes beyond the physical world. Within our imagination, choice acts as the spark that starts the process of creation. Every choice we make shows what we want and proves that we can shape our lives. By making choices, we declare our desires and show our ability to mold our circumstances. This understanding makes each decision we make even more significant, as it reflects our potential to create the life we envision. Choosing means creating. Every time we make a decision, we shape our lives according to our wishes and dreams. Our choices, whether we make them knowingly or not, are like paintbrushes we use to illustrate our world. Therefore, the life we experience isn't something that's already decided for us, but rather a masterpiece we create through our decisions. Many people think they are controlled by circumstances, tossed around by luck and external events. This belief is a misunderstanding and hides the truth about their own power. The situations we face are simply the results of choices we made in the past, reflections of decisions that originated in our minds. Understanding and embracing the power of choice means realizing that we are the authors of our own destinies. It all starts with understanding that every thought, belief, and assumption we have is a choice. By intentionally choosing thoughts that match what we want, we start creating the life we desire. The world you live in right now is the result of all the choices you have made. You chose where to live, what clothes to wear, and what food to eat. Everything in your life is a result of your choices. Each choice we make sets off a series of events that lead us closer to what we want. These events, although they can't be seen directly, create the path that brings our desires to life. What seems like coincidences are actually the results of the choices we've made, guiding us towards the reality we've chosen. By recognizing this, we see that our lives are shaped by the decisions we make every day. Living deliberately means making choices with intention, using the power of choice carefully and skillfully. It requires us to stay focused on what we truly want and not be distracted by how things appear right now. This practice involves keeping a strong belief in the reality we are creating, even if the outside world seems different. With great power comes great responsibility. The power of choice gives us freedom, but it also makes us responsible for the realities we create. This means we must be aware of our thoughts, watchful of our beliefs, and conscious of the assumptions we hold. By being mindful of these, we can shape our lives with precision and create the outcomes we desire. Choosing with intention means not letting our current situation dictate our future. Instead, we focus on our goals and have faith that our choices will lead us there. This approach empowers us to take control of our destiny and build the life we envision. It's about being careful and thoughtful with every decision, knowing that each one contributes to the bigger picture of our lives. You always have the power to choose, and this ability is your path to freedom. It is the key to unlocking the endless potential within you. Every choice you make invites you to become a conscious creator of your life, shaping your world with the power of your imagination. When you embrace this power with respect and happiness, you step into your true self. You begin to realize your own unique and extraordinary nature. By understanding and using your power of choice, you can fully express who you are and create the life you truly want. This means recognizing that every decision, no matter how small, is an opportunity to shape your future. It's about seeing the potential in every moment and using your choices to build the life you dream of. By doing so, you honor your own creative power and step into the full experience of being alive. Imagine your mind as a rich, fertile garden. In this garden, the seeds we plant are our thoughts, and these seeds grow strong with the water of our beliefs. The fruits that grow from these plants are the circumstances and events in our lives. This garden is a special place where the power of choice acts as the gardener's most important tool. At the very center of who we are is the principle of choice, a precious gift given to all of us. This principle isn't just something our conscious mind uses. It also reaches into the deeper parts of our subconscious, where our beliefs and perceptions live. It's in this deep inner place that the power of choice truly matters. When we understand that our thoughts and beliefs shape the garden of our lives, we see how important our choices are. By carefully choosing which seeds to plant, meaning the thoughts we think and the beliefs we hold, we can grow the kind of life we want. This deeper understanding of choice helps us realize just how powerful we really are in creating our own lives. Our subconscious mind holds a vast amount of untapped potential. It is a source of creativity and strength that we often don't realize we're using. Many times we make decisions without being fully aware, guided by our subconscious mind. Despite working in the background, the subconscious mind is highly influenced by the decisions and choices we make consciously. When we choose to think positively about success, health, and happiness, we are essentially planting these positive ideas into our subconscious mind. Just like planting seeds in a garden, these positive thoughts grow and flourish in the fertile ground of our subconscious. Every choice we make creates a ripple effect, impacting not only our subconscious mind but also the world around us. These ripples influence our beliefs, our feelings, and eventually shape the reality we experience. So, by consciously making positive choices, we can harness the power of our subconscious mind to create a more successful, healthy, and happy life. When I say that thoughts create reality, I also mean that the choices we make create our reality. This is because every time we make a choice, it affects both our subconscious mind and the reality we live in. When you choose to plant positive thoughts, such as positivity, faith, and love, you start a series of events that bring these good qualities into your life. These positive choices are like planting seeds that grow into beautiful flowers and healthy plants. On the other hand, if you choose to focus on fear, doubt, and negativity, it's like planting weeds in your garden. These negative choices bring those unwanted conditions into your life, making it harder for the good things to grow. The amazing thing about this process is how straightforward it is. By consciously deciding to think positive thoughts and maintain a positive attitude, you can shape the programming of your subconscious mind. This isn't just an abstract idea, it's a practical and actionable truth. By choosing your thoughts carefully, you have the power to influence your subconscious mind and, in turn, create a better reality for yourself. Every moment gives you a chance to make a choice that matches what you want and hope for in life. There are several ways to make good choices. First, practice mindful awareness. This means paying close attention to your thoughts and feelings. Understand that each thought you have is a choice, and you have the power to pick the thoughts that benefit you the most. It's important to notice when you are making choices without thinking, when these choices happen without your conscious awareness. By becoming aware of these moments, you can start to make better choices that align with your goals and desires. Being mindful and aware helps you take control of your thoughts and decisions, ensuring they lead you towards the life you want. Secondly, Using positive affirmations can really help you make better choices. I'll share some examples of affirmations with you soon. Affirmations are positive statements that you repeat to yourself. When you do this often, they can help change the way your subconscious mind thinks. Third, practice visualization techniques. This means creating a clear picture in your mind of the reality you want to achieve. Imagine what your ideal life looks like. Visualization is a powerful tool because it helps your subconscious mind align with your conscious desires. By visualizing your goals, you'll start making choices that help bring those visions to life. Positive affirmations and visualization can help guide your subconscious mind and support you in making choices that lead to the life you want. And practice gratitude. It's a powerful choice that can change the way you see life and attract more good things to be thankful for. Gratitude is incredibly valuable. It's like a key that unlocks the hidden treasures of your subconscious mind and imagination. It acts as a compass, guiding you toward the life you desire. Always choose wisely and with clear intention. When you do, you'll see how the universe starts to align to make your chosen reality come true. Remember, you always have the power to choose the reality you want to live in. It's as simple as that. There is nothing more to it. Life is like a beautiful painting, and each moment is a stroke of the brush. You are the artist creating your own reality. You have a palette full of colors, which represent the choices you make, and these choices are what you use to paint your life's canvas. Think of life as a grand dance in which we all take part. In this dance, time is the music, the universe is the stage, and we are the dancers. We have the freedom to create our own dance moves, shaping our destiny with every step we take. Each step and every move is a choice, showing that we have the power to direct our own lives in this amazing dance of existence. You always have a choice. These words are more than just a statement. They are a wake-up call to a basic truth. At every moment in this complex journey called life, we are the creators. We build our realities piece by piece, choice by choice. Our decisions shape the paths we take and determine our future. Life offers a complex maze of possibilities with many different paths to take, each leading to unique experiences. Sometimes the number of choices can feel overwhelming, like looking into the vast unknown. But it is in these moments of uncertainty that the power of choice becomes incredibly important. Remember, you are the architect of your life. With every decision you make, you build the corridors of your future, shaping your destiny step by step. So embrace the power of choice, especially when faced with the unknown, and know that you have the ability to create the life you desire. Every choice we make starts a chain reaction like a small ripple in a pond that eventually creates bigger waves. Even the small decisions like smiling at a stranger, reading a book, or saying something kind can lead to significant changes in our lives and the lives of others. The range of choices we have is as vast as the universe. From tiny decisions to huge ones, each choice is a thread in the growing web of our life. This web, complex and beautiful, shows the richness of the human experience woven from the choices we make. So remember, every choice, no matter how small, has the power to create change. Each decision contributes to the intricate and beautiful tapestry of our lives, highlighting the importance of even the simplest actions. As we face decisions in life, let's embrace the power that making choices gives us. Understand that the ability to choose is what frees us and allows us to go beyond what we know, to explore new possibilities and our own potential. Think of life as a beautiful symphony, where each choice we make is a note in the melody of our journey. The music we create through our decisions can be harmonious and uplifting, reflecting who we are and who we want to become. As we move forward on this amazing journey, let's make our choices with passion, courage, and strong belief in the endless possibilities ahead. By doing so, we can create a life that is rich, meaningful, and true to our deepest aspirations. In the end, "You always have a choice" is more than just a statement. It's a celebration of our human spirit and our incredible ability to shape our own destiny. Now let's talk about choice overload. This idea isn't just something people notice in society, it's deeply rooted in psychology. When we're faced with too many options, our brains try to evaluate every possible outcome, which can be overwhelming. This can lead to decision paralysis, where we struggle to make any decision at all. The effects of this can be wide-ranging, impacting our mental well-being, productivity, and even our sense of satisfaction with ourselves. So, while having choices is powerful and important, it's also crucial to recognize that too many choices can be overwhelming. Understanding this can help us navigate our options more effectively and make decisions that enhance our lives. We're going to look at different situations from real life and studies in psychology that show us how having too many things to choose from can make it hard for us to think clearly. To really understand why having too many choices can be a problem, we need to get rid of the idea that there's one perfect choice out there for everything. When we're trying to pick the absolute best option, we often forget about what's practical, achievable, and will actually make us happy. It's like chasing after something that doesn't really exist, a perfect choice. This chase just leads to endless searching and always feeling disappointed. So, as we're faced with all these different choices, how do we figure out what will truly make us happy and help us make decisions we're satisfied with? Let's talk about this idea called satisficing, a term that psychologist Herbert Simon came up with. It's like our North Star for making decisions. Instead of obsessing over finding the absolute best choice, satisficing is about finding something that's good enough to meet our needs. Changing our mindset from chasing perfection to just finding what works well can free us from feeling overwhelmed by too many choices. So, if you're feeling swamped by too many options, here are some things you can do. First, try narrowing down your choices. Then, think about what really matters to you and focus on those things. Also, listen to your intuition. It's often pretty good at guiding us through tough decisions without needing to analyze everything to death. Another important thing to remember is to be flexible. Not every decision has to be final, and we can change our minds and adapt as we go along. Understanding this can take off a lot of pressure to always make the perfect choice. Once we grasp the idea of choice overload and realize that we don't have to have it all figured out, we can start navigating through life's options more wisely and comfortably. It's not about having tons of choices, but about choosing simplicity and finding meaning in a world that seems to offer endless possibilities. As you step out into the world after listening to this audiobook, remember that every single day, from the moment you wake up until you fall asleep, you're faced with lots of decisions. They could be small, like what to have for breakfast, or big, like who to trust or what to believe in. These choices you make, they're not just random actions. They're like building blocks that shape your life and influence what your future will look like. And here's the amazing part. You always have the power to choose. Maybe you're sitting here right now, feeling like your life isn't quite what you want it to be. That's okay, because you have something incredible at your fingertips. The power to change it. It's all about the choices you make. It's not about luck or some predetermined fate. It's about the decisions you consciously make every day. So as you step into each new day, remember that you're the one steering the ship of your life. Every choice you make is like a turn of the wheel, guiding you towards the future you want. Embrace that power, because it's what empowers you to shape your own destiny. Your choices are like your strongest tools for dealing with the tough stuff life throws your way. I get it. Making decisions can feel pretty scary. The worry about picking the wrong thing can really freeze you up. But here's the thing. Not choosing is actually a choice in itself. When you don't make a decision, you're basically saying, "Okay, life, you decide for me." Instead of taking charge and making life work for you, you're just letting it happen however it wants. So don't be afraid of not knowing what's going to happen when you make a choice. That's where the magic happens, the place where you grow and discover what you're really capable of. And don't think that the little choices don't matter. Whether it's deciding to wake up early or picking a healthy meal, those small things add up to big changes. Plus, your choices aren't just about you. They affect everyone around you too. So embrace your decisions. Own them, even when they don't turn out exactly as planned. Every choice you make is like taking a step forward, even if you stumble along the way. Actually, especially if you stumble. Because those slip-ups, they're chances to learn, to become stronger, and to grow into the person you're meant to be. As you walk away from here, keep in mind that your ability to make choices is incredibly powerful. It's like your superpower. Take hold of it, acknowledge it, and let it push you closer to your dreams. Everything. The way your life turns out, how successful you are, and how happy you feel, it's all linked to the choices you make. So think about it. What choice are you going to make today? Remember, every decision you make, no matter how small, is like a stepping stone toward the life you want to create for yourself. So, choose wisely and let your choices guide you towards the future you've always imagined. No matter what challenges you're facing right now, remember that you can always listen to this audiobook to remind yourself that you're not helpless. You have the power to choose. Everything you're experiencing right now, you've played a part in it by the choices you've made. It's not about good or bad luck. It's about the decisions you've made along the way. Yes, some of those choices might have led to tough times or painful experiences, like traumas in your past, and that can be really hard to accept. But here's the thing. Even if your past choices weren't great, realizing that you still have the power to choose differently now, that's where your strength lies. Understanding that you have this power to choose means you can shape your own reality. So even if things seem tough, never forget that you're not stuck. You always have options, and that knowledge gives you the strength to move forward and create the life you want. Thank you for listening.